what we call life, the same one will be, now we're going into page 2. The same one will be in jeopardy in the upcoming days, weeks, and years once we elect our next presidents, who will be next month. Now, around 2002, I believe he was doing what? The Clinton eras or something like that? Or it was about to be the Clinton eras? But it was around that area. I don't really care much for politics, so if I don't really care much with the timeline, which I believe I'm correct with the timeline, because I believe Clinton spent what 2 years as far as presidency, um, before everything else started dwindling down. But even with Clinton, things wasn't perfect either. It's just that they did a good job at throwing rocks and hiding their hands, similar to what's being reenacted right now. The reason why we had to go through a Cain and Abel reenactment in the mid 90s with Tupac and Biggie, and while we going into a reenactment of Cain and Abel right now with this spiritual warfare and this destiny swapping. It's all part of this new world order. But anywho, continue reading. Okay, I'll simplify and elaborate more on this statement, as I can imagine that a few people might still be confused. A person's mind is much like a smartphone we all use. It's designed to be that way. Still, it's been pre-programmed and developed to learn and adapt. And once we become accustomed to a certain lifestyle or a way of living, it becomes hard to revert to something different. We often settle for less, which has much to do with how our mindset and perceptives are constructed. You know, from what or who we are, traits, learning, biological, evolutionary, and let's not forget the last two, stability versus modifiability, and free will versus determinism. Now, all this is psychological theories from which they give us from back in the days, as if nobody has done anything significant for us to keep recycling these same old psychologists, from which theories it's half truth, but not completely truth. And believe me, for before you guys start, pointing fingers, not, forgetting that there's three pointing back at you. I know a lot of people might say I left college at 2000. As you start getting to know more of my story, what give me the credentials for me to speak the way I speak? And like I said, if I were to tell you, then I mean I'll be acting out of my ego and my pride, which I had so many ego deaths before. However, as you continue to read and as I continue to explain myself more to you guys on a more general basis, because for those that know me, know that I'm a very private individual. And for me to be doing this right now, it took a lot of me at the very first time back in 2002. Hence the reason why I do have